live from the Cactus Creek at Ibri. He is the king of primetime, Ghana's undisputed entertainment laureate, and still the youngest old man in Ghana. Put your hands together, show some love for the indefatigable KSM.
The KSM Show.
Thank you. We are back again, and I'm telling you, I am fired up because the guest I have today, every time I say it, you get to an age like mine. This guy, but he's been doing some marvelous thing. We all talk about Galamsey, the destruction is doing in this country, and how in the next 5 years we will probably have no country because of the destruction of Galamsey. This, my son decided, I'm going to go and take a look firsthand. Like me, Matia, leader. My son decided he'll go and take a look. I said, I have to invite him to come and give us a report on what he saw, and it will amaze you. About Bogo, one mind. Let me shut up now and introduce him. He needs no introduction. Put your hands together. Show some love for my son, Okatakyie. There we go. Baba, welcome.
Thank you, Baba.
Wow, good to see you.
Good to see you, Baba.
Thank you.
You still look young.
And
the youngest good man in this country.
Okay, in the house. Please take a seat. Oh, translate. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, the Galamsey destruction in this country. You tell us all firsthand. We'll be right back.
The KSM Show.
Is it the luxurious rooms? Or the serene green surroundings? Is it the tempting swimming pool? Or the classy conference room? Or the cute gift shop? Maybe it's our chef's array of cooking delights. Whichever way, it's all about Cactus Creek. A most respected hotel. 055 039 5007.
The KSM Show.
Hello everyone, my name is Johnny Hughes, host of 3FM Sunrise on 92.7 and also Johnny's Bites, the impactful and popular editorial. If you're looking for something to relax you and something to wind down with, kick up your feet, grab a cold drink and enjoy, you know your best bet, the king of primetime television, KSM.
We're back. Okay, Jay, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, Baba.
I tuned into Captain Smart and Opabi,
right.
And he was talking, and he says I have to give big ups to my brother Okatakyie for what he's doing with the Galamsey fight, blah 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 blah. Hey, really?
I didn't be here.
Thank you. While my friend was here, maybe I didn't know you, and then you gave me just a bit of it. I said no, you have to come on my show to tell us about it, man.
Right.
First of all, we've all heard about Galamsey and the destruction. Tell me what happened. Let you tell me your story.
Right. Thank you very much for those watching us from far and near. And Kojo Smart, you me but I thought that I gonna na tia for so kaka. But it's okay. So, Gojo, thank you for picking me up, which made my father come look for me. And we are here to have a conversation which is of national interest. Galamsey, fight against Galamsey is not a new thing. But all of a sudden it has reared its head again, because I believe that this is a time we must have a proper conversation on the way forward for us as a nation, as a people.
Quickly, before you go on,
Right.
what happened? I said it was in the news, then it died out. What has triggered this issue to come back into the forefront again?
It died out probably because the government at some point took some measures which mitigated the degree of destruction of our waters. But unfortunately, in the last few months leading to the election, I think it's back again, which was instigated largely by the action myself and my brother on the other side, which is KSM Morning Show, who Kwame Apiakubi took, which has now brought a massive attention to the fight against Galamsey. And what brought about this conversation? Your core MPP manifesto in Takoradi. Then my friend asked me that, okay, I come from Asankragua. We've been talking about Galamsey. In fact, I have never had any first-hand direct contact with the activities of this Galamsey.
So do many of us.
Because I don't come from such areas. But he said that if you want to see the degree of devastation and destruction of our waters and our forest, then let's go and see for yourself. So out of curiosity, I said, let's go. We set off from Takwa. We had actually gone to Takwa. Then from Takwa to Asankragua, went through Bogoso. You move all the way to Bordier. Then from Bordier Junction, you branch to Asankragua. The wickedness is that even the roads, ordinarily from Takwa to Asankragua, should not take you more than an hour and 30 minutes. But from Bordier Junction to the state of their roads, it took us nearly 2 hours, 47 minutes to get to Asankragua.
The roads are that
It is
bad.
that terrible.
Wow.
And to think that we are actually mining several millions of dollars from such areas, but there is nothing to show, then is a horrible situation. Let me bring to bear that though we are talking about Galamsey activities, but Papa, any mining concession, bigger mining companies in this country, as a state, oil, no, bauxite, diamond, timber, cocoa, area. Whenever we go into agreement with these people, what we do is that we get disadvantaged in the course of debate on the decision-making table. We only get like 10%. The misleaders of our nation, they are the ones that sit for stuff like this to happen. So, Kono, I noticed that we've actually signed a deal with the bigger companies where trucks Akasia yede train Anwea, Papa. We live in a country where we say it is a gold coast. We have gold everywhere you dig. But the agreement, they are not even going to refine the gold here. So I saw these bigger trucks moving Anwea every 2 minutes. In fact, 2 minutes is even too long. Every 30 seconds, there's this big truck, very huge. Our day Anwea Takoradi port to be exported away. Anwea. Then from Bordier Junction going to Asankragua, you see that the activities of Galamsey is no longer a threat. The people are doing it left, right, center on the roadside, just haphazardly.
When you say the activities of Galamsey, you mean they are digging for gold everywhere?
Digging for gold everywhere, uncontrolled. So messy a situation that if you are a human being of conscience, this thing should hit you and alarm you that what is going on. So we moved to Asankragua. We went there, I saw it, I was alarmed. I said, what is the meaning of this? We came back and I said, I'm going to now report the Tales from the Death Trap. That was the name I gave to my ex. Tales from the Death Trap. Because
death trap.
Yeah, death trap. Because it's a death trap. Whatever we are doing today, if we don't take care, in the next 5 years, all of us will be extinct. Because water is life. And it is said that the day the last tree dies, the last man will die. We are destroying all our water bodies. I said, okay, let me go and report the Tales from the Death Trap. I came to buy a drone from my own pocket money, about 26,000 Ghana cedi.
You bought a drone?
Yeah, I bought a drone. Because I wanted to give them a real feel of how it looks like when you go up the sky and you watch it. So we got there. We had gone to a place called Tanonumre. When we got there was no forest. They had actually eaten all the forest. And I use the word eating because I don't know Mokano. Omsi ye didim. Omote mo no. Ye deforest no. So I don't know Mokano. Ye dinsu ye deforest no. And I said, okay. So from Tanonumre, then we had the information that the other side of Tano, which is Tano Anua and the environs, the activities there is terrible. So we decided to go there. We went to the first site. That was mainly Ghanaian youth who were doing their own thing. Now, Omato, machine, yeah, good catches. So, they call around and baby who go do. But most often than not, if these young guys are going to do that, that means a bigger excavator activity had gone on. Now, China, for only we are no more boys.
Go and look at
the leftovers. So we got there, and I saw several thousands of Ghanaian youth in one concession. And the concession is about 25 acres. And I said, these boys are not my target. So I'm not even going to ask them anything. I got there, we all...
So all the boys are there like mining openly.
No direction, no authority, nothing.
But you said, these are not my target.
No, these are not my target. Because these are people who cannot even afford excavator. They cannot afford champagne. So my target were for those who were behind these activities to be unveiled. I spoke to some of them. They mentioned names. Big names.
You talked to the young boys.
The young boys. And you'll be shocked. Journalists, chiefs, politicians,
you were mentioning these names.
Oh, Papa, they are the ones behind it. Everyone in this country. It's as if we are crazy. As if no sense of direction. Ashofu wum, omutu galamsey. Businessmen fokura di bobo. Politicians. Obia
you are just, you know.
It is just a waste of time. That is what Tumfo told them at some point. And Golaya mochichi wamune dia. Yenina ye ni momo moye galamsey. Ntisi abasi this uncommon dia. Then let's target them and stop this hypocrisy. So we went to the first site. Then from there I moved to the second site. When we got to the second site, I nearly fell into a deep hole that they've intentionally created.
Intentionally?
Yes. So when you get there, in order for you not to come catch them, they've actually dug so many secret holes and cover it with leaves and stuff. I nearly fell into it. But for the intervention of whoever supreme being that is guiding my steps.
So they actually dig it and then they cover it with
leaves? They cover it.
So if you run over it,
you enter into it. In fact, just last weekend when we went to another place in Ashanti region, one of the guys said, "Oh, Mr. Frifa, brah. No, the guy was leading me to a hole." Just around that, in the same area. I said, no, this place cannot be. Now, I tap here, and I said, "What tap here now?" And this guy was laughing.
So he was...
Yeah.
Wow.
They will kill you. If you try anything...
The intention was to kill you.
They will kill you. In fact, they will not only kill you at the Galamsey side, they will go extra mile to kill you, which I'll tell you as we move forward. Even last night, I had an attack. Yes, I had an attack. But come back to what happened. So when we went to the second site, there were several thousands of youth. Several. Some of them, I was told, come from even far and near Burkina, Cote d'Ivoire, to come and to mine here.
Oh my
No sense of direction. They are destroying the forest, destroying water bodies. And I said, this is not right. So we don't do more China for no say inside our more heavy activities. And for me to move on a top speed, when I got there, there is a river called Tano Anua River. So the Anua River is one of the adjoining rivers of the Tano River. And these people had heaped a huge sand in the way of that river. Not even as if they are pumping it to a certain pond, which ordinarily is the normal practice. They pump the water into a pond. Now what they do is that they block the way of the river, just so the river will get dry, because almost a one gold.
So practically cutting off the river.
Yes.
To dry up
the place.
So they can get the gold.
So they can dig the way of the river. And they've done it to several big rivers in this country. Tano River, deliberately, because of the mining activities on that Tano River, if we do not take care and proper steps, cogent steps to reclaim it, in the next 2 years, we shouldn't see anything called Tano River in Ghana.
In the next 2 years?
In the next 2 years. That is even me being charitable. There should never be anything called Tano River in Ghana because of what is happening around the Tano banks. Because we must see Tano issue. Near diverting issue na excavators issue na momu. So when I got there and I saw the Chinese guys, we do on bako ete nkwanchewa or no shene joto na bako nsu twitwa a green grass carpet ya ayibi. So the green grass carpet is actually one of the things they use to catch the gold. Omo they set champagne nanua. Now omo wash it. So as they are washing, then the green grass will be catching the particles of the gold. And when they finish, they will go and dump it. So when I got there, I saw one of the Chinese guys on the excavator. I said, no, you cannot do what you are doing. So I went there on a top speed with my brother, went to instruct him to stop. If he doesn't, I'll shoot the tie.
Did you have a gun?
Oh, yes, I had. I'm a rebel.
Let's go to you. Next question. You had a gun?
Yes, I had a gun because I knew as we were going, anything
You're going to a war zone.
It's a war zone. Either they survive or I survive. So I instructed him, if he doesn't stop, I will shoot the tie of the... And in fact, I would have done it. For the interest of the nation, I don't care whether I was breaking the law or not breaking the law because there is nothing even called law. So, Baba, fast forward, I instructed them to come down, brought the three of them together and asked them exactly what they are doing on the land. Where
all
are
on the
excavator, yes. So I walked them to the other side and I said, where are your documents that gave you permission? The right to forest entry, the mining lease, where are the appropriate documents that gives you? They couldn't provide any. Then they said, oh, police. I said, police. It's police law. So apparently the police in those vicinities are the ones actually aiding them. So when I say we are crazy, we don't have it. We are gradually becoming a failed state. That those that are supposed to even protect us, they end up being part of the people to destroy our lands. The police, the national security, willingly. The way they used to fight to go for peacekeeping, now they don't even want to go for peacekeeping no more. Most commanders want to be transferred to Galamsey areas just so wamudu omutebo bekwa kwesiwana and ye concession site ye will be an boy ye chamano. And we are aware as a nation. The police is aware, national security is aware, BNI aware, the military is aware. Nobody is doing anything. They are all aiding these foreigners to destroy our lands. I said, no, we cannot continue like that. So myself and my brother, we will remember that article, section 12 of the Criminal and Other Offences Act in 1960 gave us a right to citizens arrest. He said, come on, Vamoose, my friend, we've arrested you.
So you conducted a citizen's arrest?
Citizens arrest, under the law. When we got there, they had actually instructed their security guards to block the barricade. They've actually created barricades on the way.
Then, the security guards are there, townsfolk, I guess.
Yes. No, they have actually come in with bodyguards, tough guys. One of them instructed my cameraman to drop it. Oh, I said, my friend, you don't have what it takes to instruct my guys. We fought for a while, then I had my way. So when I got to the barricade, the time I had arrested them, they had locked it. So in one of the footages, you see that I was using pump action to open the gate. And that was what happened. So we opened it, we transferred them to Asankregua. When we came and showed the footage, that is what actually sparked the conversation on the whole Galamsey thing again. And this time around, I think the cry is very loud that as a nation, we cannot continue to play politics with what is happening. Because if we continue to play politics with what is happening, it is no more about MPP and NDC. All of us are going to die.
It is not.
It's crazy. The things happening in the other side of the country. So what is more alarming, Papa, is that the moment we show this video, you get calls from all over the country, from Keta, from Adidome, from Manson Kwanta.
They were calling the station?
Telling my phone number.
Oh, your phone?
Yes, my phone. So they'll call you from Jacobu and say, oh, Jacobu, they've actually destroyed the forest, a Prapama forest, of as big as that of the whole of Kumasi. They will tell you that, oh, in Zima, they will tell you, Ayamfuri. Everywhere. They are so, even the north. And I'm like, what is going on? So we are destroying our water bodies at the same time all over the country. All over the country. I said, no, this is not right. Wow. This is not right. Funny enough, the National Security had actually conducted a survey, and they know all the Galamsey operators in Ghana.
They know
for which I have the whole list, the full list with me. All the big men behind them, all the financiers, the Chinese people that come in. Political class, they go to China and seek for Chinese people to come home. Just recently where we went to on Saturday, a whole constituency chairman had gone in to bring several Chinese people from China.
The constituency chairman.
Constituency chairman. This very one that we arrested them is actually one of the big boys in our party, my party, that had gone in for them to bring them just some few months ago to come and destroy our lands. And I'm like, are we crazy? What breed of human beings are we? That the lands that belongs to us, we are able to sit down and nothing pricks our conscience. It's not even as if that the people themselves voluntarily come here. We go there to seek for them and say, for the sake of greed and selfishness, come in and destroy our lands haphazardly, so that I would make money and the larger society will suffer. But we cannot sit down as a nation like that, Papa. We cannot. And some of us are not cowards. Some of us were not born to be cowards. So we say we will speak out, and that is exactly what we are doing right now.
And what you just said reminds me of, I remember at one point where I think it was a Chinese ambassador was asking how the Chinese get into Ghana.
The Chinese ambassador.
It's not us that, is it not Ghanaians that let them in?
Exactly.
Or show them where?
Exactly.
And he says, go to South Africa to see whether you see any Chinese company mining in South Africa. It doesn't happen there.
In fact, the Chinese have done nothing without the support of our Ghanaian people.
Yeah.
Our own brothers. Those that are supposed to take care of the people, but instead of being leaders, they become misleaders. Greed and selfishness has filled them. Even in my own party, greed, selfishness has filled most of them. It is not different from the other side, the two of them. And the danger in it is that we do not even have an option to want to go to A or come to B. Because now the moment political power changes hands, the next batch of people that is organized economic criminals, and I use this, my party is part of it. When people give you power, the sovereign will of the people, you are supposed to serve the people with that power, inure to their benefit. Let my party come and tell me how the activities of this Galamsey is inuring to the benefit of anybody. Then Abu Jinapor gets paid every Monday, first Monday of the month. What is the duty of Abu Jinapor? He's supposed to protect our lands, protect our water bodies. Why is he still at post? The question I've been asking, I haven't gotten an answer. Why is Abu Jinapor still at post? But in this country, obviously, we worship positions and nonsensically.
We do.
Everybody. So I have calls from most of my brothers in my party. As you got the into election year, we say na. But me, you people are senseless. Why are you not asking yourself, election year, So you have a problem with me saying the wrong things you are doing, and not you, the wrong things you are doing. So first, you must tell yourselves that the wrong things that we are doing is what is going to send us to opposition. Something I wish it never happens, but it looks like what we are doing, it will send us to opposition. So maybe I'll be doing it, we cannot do MPP and this anymore. As a nation, we must collectively come together and speak in one voice, in one unison, and tell them that enough is enough. This nonsense must stop. So myself and a few other people, we've declared 11th November as National War on Foolishness.
11 November. Yes. 11 November.
11 November.
It's a national war on foolishness.
National war on foolishness. Yes, I'm not against entirely our youth going into mining activities and making money, because after all, if the Newmont, the Anglo go there or whatever, they get the money, they take it away. So I want the youth to be able to extract the natural resources and make money so it stays in this country. But is that the way to go about it? This is not the way to go about it. And everybody is quiet, Papa. Let the to me kiano to Musa. Is that what money? Who fabric by the obey and I'm a trust.
Won't trust the girl. What trust I have a son who cries, hey, but no. All jokes aside, I mean, it is great. Because until people develop that conscience and realize that the nation first, and whatever needs to be done, we will do to protect our nation, we are lost. And so I'm glad that, you know, I don't know whatever you learn from me, I'm glad that the nation is the bigger picture for you.
People have lost the sense of patriotism and love for their nation, because when they see the people that are supposed to lead them, the people are so greedy, the people are so selfish, the people don't have any conscience in them. Because if you do have conscience and you are a leader, so to speak, and you go and buy excavators and you put it in waterway, destroy the water at a very alarming degree, and nothing pricks your conscience that it is wrong, the people following you will do same.
Yeah.
And in fact, when Akufo-Addo in 2020 announced, I think 2018 or so, announced that all activities of Galamsey should cease, most of these young youth actually ceased because they understand that what they were doing was wrong. Then all they realize is that somebody sits in Accra called Minerals Commission. So they live in Ayamfuri, they live in Bodie, they live in Asankregwa, they live in Jakobu. Then somebody is in Accra will come in with excavator, enter their forest, begin to dig and make all the money. What do you expect the indigenous of that land to do? They will join and destroy it. So for me, it is about leadership. We don't have one. If we do have one, the mining activities could have been streamlined and we don't need to destroy our waters to make money. But unfortunately, the greed of the selected few, and Papa, I say this thing every time, there is so much in this country for everybody's need. So much in this country for everybody's need. But unfortunately, we do not have enough for the greed of the selected few, the 1% political class, the 1% traditional class, the 1% clergy, the 1%, all of them, they've connived, taking advantage of the ordinary masses, making capital out of the misery of the people. This is not how to build a nation, and we can't simply go on this way. And for me, the people should rise up, go into the bush, and begin to chase the Galamsey Society. When people rise, just as Achim assume people did just recently as Achima Nyinasing, the chief of Achima Nyinasing, who has declared that not only will he sack you, but he shoot and kill when you get to his land and you destroy his water bodies.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. And that is the kind of courage that we are asking our people to gather. That we are the sons and daughters of Kwame Nkrumah. We are the sons and daughters of King Niko Braboni III. We are the sons and daughters of Prempeh I, those that fought for the freedoms of our nation. How all of a sudden have we become cowards condoning nonsense and everybody is quiet? All in the name of politics. The clergy is marrying politics, businessmen marrying politics, journalists that are supposed to speak truth to power, they are marrying politics. Everybody, selfish interest. But we cannot simply go on like that as a nation, Baba. If we continue like this, I know there is only one solution out. That the masses will rise one day. And just as Victor Hugo said in France, there is no army in this world strong enough to stop an idea whose time has come.
Yeah.
When we continue like this, one day we shouldn't blame the masses when they want freedom. Because Muta Baruka has said, any which way possible, freedom shall surely come. Economic freedom, freedom of our lands, because we cannot sit down, fold our arms and allow people to destroy the lands that our forefathers toiled and fought for with their blood.
With their blood.
They fought for the lands with their blood, not for greedy, selfish people to come and take it and enrich themselves at the instance of the masses, impoverishing everybody. That is not the way to build a nation. When you read the preamble of our constitution, it says that we, the people of Ghana, in exercise of our natural and inalienable rights, we give to ourselves a system of government that will seek for us and posterity, not just us, posterity, the blessings of liberty, equality of opportunity. Is that what we are seeing? Is there equality of opportunity? And prosperity for all. Is there prosperity for all? So this sham of a democracy that we've created, MPP NDC, in fact, it's a division of organized economic criminals, including my own party, that they come in not for the interest of the masses, but for themselves. And eventually, the people will see through it. And the only reason there is peace in this country is because they do not understand what is going around them. One day when they finally understand what is going on around them,
and on that note, showing some love, man. Showing some love. Let's take a commercial break right about now. When we come back, more of Okatakyie, because I want to dig deeper into his mind, have him explain certain things and certain thoughts. Okatakyie is in the house, showing some love. We're taking a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
The KSM Show.
Is it the luxurious rooms? Or the serene green surroundings? Is it the tempting swimming pool? Or the classy conference room? Or the cute gift shop? Maybe it's our chef's array of cooking delights. Whichever way, it's all about Cactus Creek. A most respected hotel. 055 039 5007.
The KSM Show.
Yeah, Busia for a Yavram bin Moshe, leader of Common Sense Family near. Make for the KSM Show at the amount. Open program one, Obetinyans, some critical issues. Ya Jenua, a beboy mine, and the Abrabwa at the KSM Show. There be a Mekasa Adrena and Yajuma, body libre. One time for your mind, yo.
Okay, Tim, welcome. And it's great to have you here. You are enlightening us.
Thank you.
Me, I won't let you. Galamsey, but the courage you took to go and experience it, I haven't done it. You were TV, so
Everybody must. We must
everybody,
take a trip to
yeah,
the countryside and see what's
yeah,
happening.
yeah. But what I wanted to ask you is this: you said people are maybe seem quiet and seem not to care because they don't know what is going on. Is it that they don't know what is going on, or they know what is going on, but because they can also benefit small for it there, let's just keep quiet and let's why make noise?
So if they understand what is going on, then they would have known that they are being shortchanged. That means they would have gone in for a higher share. Because how can you own the land? How can you own the resources? Then Chinese people come in and they are taking 90%, whereas the financier, the Ghanaian counterpart, is taking about 10% of it. And you, the Ghanaian youth, are being marked 70 Ghana a day, 100 Ghana a day, and you are happy. So if they understand what is going on, I'm sure they would have pretty much beaten the Chinese, beaten the big boys that are financing this and making the lion's share of it, whilst they are making a peanuts out of it. So the people do not understand. When they are thrown any crumbs, they get happy.
They're happy.
Because they don't even understand what they own. They don't understand the power that they have. When we talk about sovereignty of the people, when we talk about the people's power, do Ghanaians even understand that we are the people that have power and we've delegated that power to certain people for just a shorter period? And for that matter, we don't need to hero worship them.
No, we don't understand
The
that.
power is ours.
Yeah.
Without our power, they are nobody.
So that is what you're saying, that we need to understand.
We
And when
need to
people
start
begin to understand that.
that we are not voting machines keke. See a true about we are not Ghana ni bia koda. No mo yen sem hunu bia wo mo pe. Aban bia ba do pe no ye. Nobody holds anybody accountable. Look at the youth of Kenya. They rose up one day and their president had no other choice than to start cutting down his measures. Exactly what I'm asking, because the youth of Kenya understands that we are not just voting machines, but we are part of the governance structure of the nation. Whilst we have accumulated our vote into one power, a sovereign power, and we've entrusted them in your hands, you are not bigger and powerful than us. There is nowhere in the world that the people rose and government in power was able to stand the power of the people. From Mongolia Empire to Soviet Union to France to Germany to Sudan to the Arab Springs. Nowhere in the world. So the people just don't understand the power that they will. That is how come all this nonsense can go on and they settle for less. If we are constructing roads, we say we are a developing nation. So we are emulating by the template of the developed nations. But how they construct their roads, we don't construct our roads like that. Mm-hmm. If I want to be like KSM, I must be able to do the things KSM is doing and do it better. When they are constructing tunnels, underground tunnels, they collect water, they treat it and give it to their people. We still in this age and era continue to construct open drain gutters, we fill it with debt, then everyone will go and cut a budget and say that we are going to use it to deset gutters. Whereas those that we want to be like, they never do it that way. Mm. So the point I am making is that the people do not understand the power that they have, that they have actually...
What does it take to understand though? What does it take?
Continuous education. That is why they have collapsed the NCCE. They don't fund it. No political party funds it. Because the more you educate your people and they understand what they have, our educational curriculum, social nonsense that we've been teaching our people, which I had a conversation with you the last time on it. Our educational curriculum does not let the people become critical thinkers. And when people are not critical thinking, doing critical thinking, there is nothing they can do. Another thing that is distracting the youth these days is the influx of social media, i.e. TikTok, Facebook, and all the things through algorithm that we are seeing on the other parts of the world. When you go to China, the things that they see on social media there, it's not the same things that we are seeing. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So whilst the Chinese youth, whilst the American youth, the Russian youth, through algorithm, the things they are seeing there is making their minds more sharper. Ours,
it deadens ours.
And to think that the next 20, 15, 16, 30 years, you are going to have leadership from these same youth. Mm. And they are going to meet their counterparts in China who are busily learning. Their counterparts in UK who are busily learning. If you think it's worse today, then please brace up, because it will be worse in the coming years. Mm. Because Akufo, you know your time. They actually brought you people up through education. Now, my said then you have your TikTok. It is a more corners and penny and palm bechumonia behumachia. Asamaranko.
Let me switch it just for a quick second here. You know, I have most of the times said that my generation and perhaps the one before me are somewhat responsible. Because every responsible generation, your duty is to create a better thing than you inherited. You know, so I inherited this, my son. You know, I have to improve of what I inherited. So me improve, no. I have to develop it. I have to make it better for the next generation to come and inherit. Oh, they too, when they inherit it, they have to spend time to improve it and make it better for the next coming generation to inherit. But we have a situation in Ghana, not Ghana, maybe in Ghana, let me stick with Ghana. We inherit something, we destroy it, and leave something more inferior than what we inherited for the next generation to come and inherit. They too inherit the almost inferior thing, drop it down some more. So it's like the more time goes, the worse we become. We are not evolving as a people.
So you are much older than I am. And you saw the things that were there in the 70s, the 60s, and the 50s. And just as you are saying, we keep going around in circles. In fact, a year 67 years to nowhere.
Yes.
Now, I will make this statement. if there is one person who never should be celebrated in this country, it's J.J. Rawlings. I know people who hold different views. Why do I say J.J. Rawlings should never be celebrated, Baba? To move a nation, you need somebody that has a vision and can direct the people towards a course. For him to have had 19 years out of the 67 years rule, and still, this is the mindset of the people, then there is something wrong somewhere. Out of the 19 years, 11 of them was under the barrel of the gun, for which he had the opportunity to twist them and direct them any which way, indoctrinate them, drive them towards a course. But unfortunately, this is where we are. So just as you are saying, we keep lowering the standards, the standards, and it is just out of sheer greed of the selected few who are the upper economic class. So the last time I was making a statement to the effect that I think we should not have this election. Something drastic must hit this so-called democracy, because it's not a democracy. What we have now, all the pillars that hold this charm of a democracy is broken. Let me break it down for you. In every democracy, there must be some principles and ideals on which you build your democracy. The first thing that holds us, the four upper pillars of our democracy, is the political class. Where you talk about Kufuor, Abman Sumani Babin. Today, when we ask the ordinary Ghanaian, do you trust Kufuor and Abman Sumani Babin and their people that are following them to give you any better life? They will say no. The political class, they don't have the trust of the people. The judiciary who are not voted for, when we've lost trust in the executive and the legislature, we should run to them for them to give us justice. But do we trust the judiciary to give us justice? I am not saying it. The people will give you an answer. So it means the two upper pillars, the political class and the judiciary, nobody trusted. Now we come to the security service. If indeed we do have security service, do you think what is going on with Galamsey would have gone on? No. So ordinarily that pillar, the army, they say, yeah man, army no, the omo ya no so money man ne kunya adwa hu odwom, no mko kura ma bag so mo electoral commission okrum asa. Bibia no mo.
Who can say more?
Papa, army no the omo timi ya no. If say Galamsey ni a national security threat. And when people have waged war on us, and the army cannot, I don't know whether they think army's job is just about arms and ammunition, throwing bombs and shooting guns. When something is as threatening as the Galamsey issues, the army should be concerned. Because me know say terrorist groups betimi akati baby amomo anya gold wo they are funding omo activities. And the army is sitting down not concerned. So security service and also agu. Then we come to the civil servants, the GRA, the Senate. Everybody is corrupt. Everybody. And the corruption of the civil servant is out of necessity of the people. What we are seeking in a dine or the bakusi. Na ye ni yesi dine bi amano ni ede 30 years. Obe wi akura ko be susu awia. If it's a custom officer no no te wono na yere a wono asua hairdressing. O pesika dia bo eye hairdressing shop kakra. Na nso wonya sika nkobo hairdressing shop no. Eti enso wo gina wono ototo nkrofo botom wo eye airport ho na wo de ebre na yere edikobo. Whereas na yere ni ye hairdressing salon back to the GDP. Tiade ni financial institution be man yiriska na kan corruption no so atie eti ya na create system it brings corruption the civil servant GRA akromfo because we have made it so we is a populace in free war. The four lower pillars of this nation is the pillars of conscience, the clergy, the chieftaincy, the media and the business community. Who in this country today trusts the clergy? Nobody. Yanyi asore ni ya wa MPP asofo ne wa NDC asofo nyame ba akonu a waka we kire na jigezi na waka chi we ya kire usubempa because for their own interest and omo hye nkom eso mbotom ye manom didie entikraji ni ya nyomu ni na chieftaincy no nso ankomo no ye nto omo so aba omo ne te wono a omo betimi ahwese political class ne be ye de ye no. Unfortunately the chieftaincy institution has been politicized. MPP ahemfo ho NDC ahemfo ho ana se wo ka bibi ni ebebo abaso aye interest driven economy ahemfo no ebo abaso ne sa abre wo moyi na ewo so na ekoma omuti no mbo abaso eti ahemfo ye nyomu ni clergy ye nyomu ni media no nso a esen ketimi ye bold enough to be able to speak to the people and say that so koto so osono any kusie kontokwa no osono de ne tedua asi ne na asi kusie tedua so na aka so de oye neutral you are on the side of osono you are not neutral so then they have created a concept here we a media person there be neutral you are not being neutral you are being on the side of government because government has all the power we've created power creative power yes constitutionalism limitations of power abuse power in any which way. So we, the media, should have been bold enough to speak against some of these activities in concurrent government. And so it media also say. As a businessman, no mukura sika no omo ne fund political activities no. Ehsen ko mutriminya kukudu ka kire political class and say. This nonsense that has been going on for 32 years. It cannot continue because it's 32 years to nowhere. Almost you say you MPP businessman. Ne NDC businessman. Ube wunu say businessman bi ani agya na chese na ban no aba wonya bidie ntina na hwe bibio in other jurisdictions yakaso obi wo sika pa na obehwe no we Bill Gates ohunu say Microsoft esi a move away from paper and what they adwene ban no solve societal problem no make money out of it say Mark Zuckerberg no wo no de na adwene create say let's connect people through that na what they bo advert ya wo no didie entu kwa other jurisdictions yakaso obi wo sika pa na chese wo obi a wo invent bibie ya die businessmen omo invent die ya adai
where's a miss
na the political party na aba no fund ne kakra no wanya bin wo die adie ba ni etu galamsey ni adie ba ya
yeah
businessmen ni nyina do mo hwagim KSM
let me move it just slightly a notch higher because once upon a time, and I think you are a very, very active part of the let's fix the country. That's what we call it.
Fix the country, yeah.
Let's fix the country.
Right.
And at that time, I was saying, sir, this country that we want to fix, with who? Oh, because you see a third party. What was that? Third force.
Third force.
Third force, if the same community.
With the same playbook.
The same playbook. So how do we fix the country? When the people we are depending on or thinking that they will come and take the country are coming from amongst us and they are like us. They don't have critical thinking. They one be the demo and you have to admit, but it is not enough to form a critical mass. How do you even fix a country? Because you have listed the whole thing. You've talked about all the pillars.
All the pillars are...
Yes, and as I say, all the pillars, it's true. Pillars in Ajija. So where do you go from here?
Something drastic must hit this sham called democracy. I haven't said anything, but something drastic must hit it.
Something drastic.
Because if we say we are going to be voting and all, even those with goodwill, because of the people surrounding them. Dr. Muhammad Bawumia, I'm pretty much sure he hasn't dreamt of coming in and amassing wealth and all that. But the people surrounding him, whether he likes it or yes, when he wins power, the same greed and selfishness we've seen in this government, it will be transferred to his government. Then in John Mahama, I don't think John Mahama is coming in with some paper written that I'm going to loot here, loot there, loot here. But the risk involved in voting for John Mahama is that. And Crofona or Moody the Chininan will be a person John Mahama call, no Babe, the leader of the NDC. So I know the only second term no Quran, because your boy Prenuano is about amassing wealth. Just so they can be powerful to lead the NDC. So Ghana is in a state of dilemma, which I believe that something very drastic. Not to say that Burkina Faso is doing well, though the guy is doing marvelously well. Tory. Not to say that other countries that actually went the way of Tory, they are doing well. So something drastic must hit this. Somebody that will come in and lash people to sleep and... because I'm for Maswanding. Young for Maswanding. So when you be or the iron fist, that is why J.J. Rollins, I blame him. 11 years now for iron fist. I say, went to me and found director Manko baby. Now how can you move a nation like that? So me the men carry now December about 20 years and to one kaya. McHenry. Adiasaba. Ya bre.
Enyan to ankeye.
Ya nyan to so.
Enyan to na eden bibiaba.
Me the minim de be see ni enyan to so. I think we must have a conversation as a nation if this is the way we want to go. There's too much greed in the political class.
Is greed synonymous with partisanship? Is greed synonymous with that? Because there's too much, and unfortunately, your party. So I'll say your party.
Every party, yes. I was indoctrinated.
You indoctrinated
with MPP.
With
and as a case, I think as a people we must begin to be honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
Before we can even have any conversation.
Yeah.
So continuously I echo that I'm MPP. I did not become MPP by choice. I became MPP through the family that I came from. In my home, you were indoctrinated by the ideas and principles of Methodism. If you say free hymn number 1, now thank we all our God the call for 1,000 tongues. Mini nato. Yam nam suaye. Me ma me akosua bnu ani agya hene na de me koi. Ti Methodism ne ewo me mu still. The same way fufudie no me dia me yam so still la me pe. Because I was indoctrinated like that. People are who they are because of where they are coming from. So let nobody pretend as if...
Patrol, maybe it's not pretending. Maybe they have made a decision. Say, this is the tradition I'm coming from. We are dang with tradition. But when they're talking, you mentioned something very, very interesting. We see the youth lacks critical thinking. I think critical thinking is when you get to the point where, why would drink? And decide, say, yeah, will be too. I was born a Methodist, I was born a Presbyterian, say, baptized, then, will be too. But having grown and having now thinking, I decided, say, no, maybe I may free Methodist, my charismatic, and I say, Bekoya, and I say, Mejai, Nyamasun. I'm just saying, say, isn't there a point in your life or in the life of a human being where they start thinking, say, I was brought up in this. Me, you want me to you people. You know. So what I say?
Obvious.
If you're free.
So you could do critical thinking.
I can do critical thinking.
And not leave, but stay and tell them the truth in their face.
Yes.
So that's exactly what I'm doing. I think I have a problem with Alan Chematin who wakes up and says, I've left the MPP.
Why?
You met a tradition. The tradition is there. You can only contribute to your quota to making the tradition a better one. We cannot all be.
I think you can be born into a tradition, brought up in that tradition, and when you get to a certain stage, rightly or wrongly, you can decide, say, I don't think I can continue in this tradition, based on what I know now.
But we can improve on the tradition.
Well, that's another issue.
So I'm saying that.
That's another issue. Maybe Shamating is not interested in improving tradition.
In the power of choice, then he says he wants to go away. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now, my point I was driving at is that KSM, in this country, politics in this country has moved away from ideology to more of a culture of the people.
No.
That is what it has become.
No.
It will be a Santinia, ni MPP, ni Kotoko, ni Fufu, Sanitier. Because when I was very hard on the year, MPP very hard, Ukofia, you see the way your kinsmen watch you.
Yeah.
And the other side, it looks as if more or less you are, oh, you're Kwame Trian, if you Kwame Trian sentiment. So who you kinsmen at the head to a political party. And we are social beings.
I understand that too, but okay, when do we break from that? Or do we say sanity, there's got to be a point. No, but I'm saying, sir, you can decide something me MPP for life. I'm fine with that. Because of this reason, I am MPP for life. But I won't have a problem with Obi or say, Nami MPP and Nami NDC, but now I am not.
No, I don't have a problem with anybody who does that.
If I have a problem with Alan?
If I had wish, is my wish, by the power of choice, I had wish he would have stayed and make the tradition much more better instead of running away from it. So what I'm saying is that we came to meet a tradition. Nishoyin Daishonin Buddha says something. He said, do not believe anything simply because you were told. Do not believe anything simply because it has been transferred from generation to generation. Not because it is written in holy books. But when you subject that thing to reasoning, improve upon it and make it better. So I am saying that I was born into the MPP, just as any other person was born into the NDC. Because of where we come from, we'll be a Votarian. Said we're penakpelen in the fetri dichi. Said we're pekot a yasi kakra. Neja what the NDC no swatan. It has been indoctrinated into the subliminal brain of the people. Me I'm
not arguing with you on that. I guess the point of departure is where you say because of that, that's it, my way, it's for life. That's why I'm saying no.
No, maybe the end of the for life with a bit of change.
A bit of change?
No, not a bit, in fact, drastic change. I am MPP. It shall forever remain as such.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that the ideals and the principles on which our forebearers fought for to form the MPP, this wasn't what they fought for. So instead of me to run away, I had stayed to fight for us to go back to Titi Atempone and get it well. Because you know Victor Usu fight for. Around Ponsa I'm fighting for this.
The Rocha.
JH Mensa the Rocha mo nye we no mo fight for. It is a name no akodru baby na MPP no, just as the other political parties. A certain group of cabal has formed themselves to come into the middle, and all they are doing is to amass wealth at the expense of the masses. I don't think what I can do is to run away. I will stay and fight them to make it better. And let's go back to the ideals and the principles. How many of these people who are in MPP today, how many of these people who are in NDC today, understands even the principles and the ideals on which their parties were formed? They say about be na mfuo bi no muhia na we bi nyasika kakra no dimirika kopre youth organizer no akopre organizer ni wo ba sika kakra obinyanti. But political parties are formed on certain principles and ideals. And for me, we must go back to the Vitosu era of principles.
And I agree with you, but at the same time, too, we also know that political parties are a part of the human movement. And as humanity moves, we go through evolution. So I can start off like me. I was born, bred, baptized, Christian, whatever, as a Presbyterian. We say I'm a Presbyterian.
And so, a silent moment, you know. Obeshabo se press bibin the namweti ko ho baby. Yeah, you press be him since you.
That's the other thing. Press be him to grab him too.
I don't know the
Presbyterian. I'm Presbyterian to the extent that my father was the moderator of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yes, for 12 years.
Okay.
And this is just an editorial thing. He was the only moderator who did it for every election, 4 years. Who did it 1, 2, 3 times. The only moderator who said for 12 years back to back.
Kwaku Sinti Misa is the son of the Presbyterian moderator.
Yes.
Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking. Hey, over moderator, you know. But you know, I've looked at certain things. I've looked at the whole thing called religion and spirituality and everything. Now, I decided to say, I will not be identified. Say, maybe a Presbyterian, my way of life. And you know, I'm into other things. I've evolved. Maybe somebody say you have gone the wrong way or the right way. The important thing is I've evolved. And I think the same thing in politics.
That you must evolve.
You must evolve.
And that's exactly what I'm doing. How many of
you are against evolution. So come on.
No, I'm not against evolution. Maybe your understanding of evolution is different from mine.
Okay.
I'm saying there may be better and me ye be a twaswa na ye better.
Now also we'll see the other 2 years. No. And one better now.
Now you are talking about labels.
No.
So it's not about the labels, it's about the ideals and the principles.
Okay, you mentioned names. You went out of your way to mention the Rocha, Aaron Ponsan, the gurus of the MPP. You know, what MPP was then. And you said, that's what you want. Not the current MPP.
I'm saying that is the principles we formed our party on. And we must not depart from it, but improve upon it. So I am talking about improving upon the seed for which we sowed. I don't know what you must say. Me free MPP anymore. That's how I my lose. And I won't do what is impossible. Until we bring a gun to come and shoot, nothing will change between MPP and NDC. So we'll be unfair and seize power with MPP and NDC. And me free movement by your third force because it is impossible. Ya no said the TSC are we do a best. Tina fix the country.
What I like about you is this. Yes. You have identified as MPP, and you are bold enough to say, way MPP and yet,
and we must be able to say that.
And that's what I like about you, you know, and I would like that about anybody who belongs to a party, but has not sold their conscience to the party and can say, whatever you do, me and this in
it's the ABI.
And I, the ABI.
I made a yes, I'm here.
And then
the young people would someone. Yes, Papa.
This money out.
Oh no, we say it.
I
we,
hear
we,
you.
we don't fear.
I hear you.
And in fact, Opa share the fathers of the MPP, especially Victor Uzo, is also money he didn't suffer fools gladly. He will tell you his mind right there. And he goes. I mean, and that is the spirit I carry. We ain't see when I catch it on your queen. We ain't see.
Okay, Okatakyie, man. Okatakyie, we've had a wonderful conversation.
Thank you, Baba.
I'm glad you have come, and this enlightenment you've thrown on Galamsey is amazing. You know, so I can only thank you. You know, what's the Captain? Because Captain can I'm
Well, you. Well, you do never pay me as I
want to question. I want to see it. Whether any Captain assembly, but now that on the show, I don't know.
What people don't know is that many are cool behind the scenes, but even when they see the fight in there, it's me friend who say. So we are fighting over something that it's not even fight. I think it's a disagreement. On the outcome.
Yeah.
And we must be able to agree to disagree.
That's good.
Captain can say, and I'm sure vice versa. We are young talk.
I hear you. I hear you.
We are only beef.
And I know.
We are beefing.
I know. This is really beef.
We are beefing.
Move to Kakra now.
You beefing Kakra movie. You fans and you cheat for the Mumfan number.
I hear you. I hear you. Show some love for him one more time. Oh my goodness, we've had a very, very wonderful encomo.
Yeah.
You know, I always tell people, say, me interview.
Dinkomo.
Yeah, dinkomo. Oh, yeah, bonkomo, and yeah, bonkomo fine. You have said so many things that I really appreciate, you know, so many things that even from where I come from, I'm just me back at when there are certain nuggets of enlightenment, you know, from what we have talked about, you know, and I appreciate it, you know. And that's what makes me me. I want me crone jaja hano. Obi na wadi 30 yo. But this is 68.
Over 68.
Over 60. You could December my 68.
Wow.
But you see my crew 30, 28, the when you crabia 40. Just and what I say all the time is that when you have the energy of the youth, when you have the dynamism of the youth, now the wisdom of your gray hair, so pushing now, you get miracles.
That is why we don't move forward because of who we vote for and those that takes leadership of positions. Because Ufo bit say Kandapa, me ofano. But what is there for Kandapa to prove? Why na until energy no as driving in your young guys here on camera anyway. Obeso boy juma no china we do baby akase me ni KSM na ye juma na ye ni CV.
Yeah.
And they KSM, you may be so proving the point to be our editor. And then it will be KSM.
Thank you.
So the energy levels of KSM, it won't be the same as some 30 years ago. Therefore, he needs the youth to drive him. Remember,
Thank you.
He say, "A driver be nice. Your one, the energy is a show."
Oh yes. Well, mommy now. Oh boss, but hey, we have to go all night. Mommy, oh, mommy.
We need youth like him to move.
We do.
Yes,
we
yes,
do.
Yes.
Anyway,
thank you.
We need youth like you too. Okay,
sir.
Oh yeah. Show him to love, man. Show him to love. You know, I mean, this whole daring thing of moving against the tide, because as you said, somewhere along the line, Cryful said you're getting death threats, my boy.
I know. I mean, because I Nipa best 6. They were tracking me down.
Look at that.
Which I had to call in my boys to come save the situation. Yeah. And by the grace of God, we have what it takes to also face them. It's a big deal.
So that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, you're doing something really, really, really remarkable. So keep it up, man.
Thank you, Papa.
Keep it up.
Thank you.
You know, and we'll be talking again.
Thank you.
You know, as time goes on, we'll always be engaged.
Whenever I sit with you is an awesome experience. Whenever I sit with you, I enjoy it. And I pray that you'll be here in the next 30 years to see what will happen. Just 30 years.
30.
I see what will happen.
Man, that for me, I'd say, okay, Sam, they be a bomb pie, Janko Pam, so, Mammy Ninche, but my sister, no. Mammy Ninche near hoarding. You know, because when the Ninche comes now, I'm hoarding where I, was. But anyway, don't not shift the focus. Thank you very much for enjoying today.
Thank you.
And we have learned a lot, and we appreciate everything you're doing. So, folks, until we come back again very soon with another exciting, captivating person, I'm going to sign off as I always do, but I'm not going to sign off today. I'm going to let Okatakyie sign off for me. Okatakyie, sign off for me now.
So to add more to the most fantastic show that has ever been on this soil for more than 3 decades, I'm sure, then we can say that we shall come your way next week. Until then, we are out of here.
The KSM Show.